I really like Jake a lot, you know, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
I mean, the skill level alone, now of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. You know, it's just going to look bad.
Mike Tyson made a surprise appearance at the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis press conference, sending shockwaves through the room. With a fiery warning to the YouTuber turned boxer. Tyson didn't hold back as he cautioned Jake Paul to fight, like your life depends on it, making it clear that stepping into the ring with a ruthless fighter like Davis is no game.
You saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you.
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm looking at. I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
The Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight has become more than just a spectacle. The bout has been officially labeled an exhibition, a designation driven largely by concerns over the massive weight and size difference between the two fighters. The Florida Athletic Commission, for instance, refused to sanction it as a professional bout due to that disparity. Under the agreed-upon rules, they'll fight 10 3-minute rounds using 12-ounce gloves, and knockouts will still count. Most notably, the fight's outcome will be judged by 2 human judges and 1 AI judge, a new addition aimed at bringing more objectivity to the scoring.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190.
It was 190.
Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Reports now suggest that Gervonta Davis has bulked up during training camp and is currently walking around close to 160 pounds. Despite never having officially fought above the lightweight limit of 135, this increase in weight, while still below 160, brings him closer to the catch weight agreed upon for his exhibition bout with Jake Paul. The added mass could improve his punch resistance and power, making him a far more dangerous and unpredictable opponent.
Yeah. Gervonta Tank Davis, it's my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Teddy Atlas believes Gervonta Tank Davis is as close to a complete fighter as boxing has today. He praises Davis not only for his devastating power and finishing ability, but also for his sharp counterpunching instincts, his ability to set traps, his control of distance, and his mental toughness inside the ring. Atlas describes Davis as patient when necessary, deliberate in his movements, and always thinking 2 steps ahead, never relying solely on brute force. In his view, these qualities make Davis the one elite lightweight who possesses all the tools needed to potentially defeat someone like Jake Paul, whose style is improving but whose record still lacks true technical refinement.
The only other time he was in, for the fans to get mad with that, was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a two-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up. Whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound-for-pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195-pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news with Jake Paul and Tank Davis?
But, and I'm smiling a little bit. But back in the day, I love the 1800s, 1700s, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I love the old-time fighters. They were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be comparing him with this because...
Despite Davis's superior skills and newly bulked-up physique, former super middleweight champion Carl Froch has warned that Jake Paul's size and unorthodox power pose a serious threat, one that Davis isn't used to facing. Froch's concerns echo a growing unease within boxing circles. Many view this matchup less as a legitimate contest and more as a spectacle, a freak show that raises real questions about fairness and fighter safety.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf, and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Froch has issued a stern warning about the safety risks surrounding the upcoming Paul versus Davis exhibition, pointing out an estimated 65-pound weight gap between the two fighters.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
After Jake Paul's convincing win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., analysts have begun asking whether he's truly ready to face top 15 or top 20 fighters. While Emiliano Vargas has shared his thoughts on whether Paul now deserves those kinds of matchups, much of the boxing world remains cautious. Eddie Hearn, for example, has argued that although Paul is moving in the right direction and may soon earn a WBC ranking, there are still many more established and accomplished fighters who deserve to be ranked above him. The debate highlights the growing tension between Paul's rising popularity and whether his past opponents have genuinely tested his readiness for elite-level boxing.
Shots at the end. Any of them hurt you?
I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win.
I want to be world champion. Zerto looks slow as shit tonight.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know? So it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia Rollies thing. You know, Rollies didn't, I mean, Ryan really didn't get started, so, you know.
What do you think about how Jake looked and then fought?
Hey, you know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walk into the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not. So he can box, he's selling out, you know, obviously this arena, and the only thing I can do is take a page out of his book and, you know, put it towards my showmanship, so.
Do you think he's ready for someone like top 15, top 20?
I mean, look, you know, he knows who to fight. Obviously, he's, you know, growing in his career. If he really wants to make a career, I wish him nothing but the best. But I just think that, you know, it's going to be a little longer until then.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it. Oh, give us an update about you. You got a date coming up.
July 26th, Madison Square Garden. I'm ripped up. I'm ready to go. Ran with Manny Pacquiao yesterday, and you know, 15-0 on the way. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it, man.
My brother, appreciate it.
Meanwhile, many veteran fighters and boxing purists have reacted strongly to the idea of Jake Paul being granted a WBC ranking, warning that it could undermine everything the sport stands for. Veteran heavyweight Derek Chisora has been one of the most outspoken critics, arguing that real boxers earn their rankings through years of hard work, proven records, and victories over credible opponents. From Chisora's perspective, giving Paul a ranking based on fame or promotional value would be a slap in the face to fighters who have bled, sacrificed, and struggled to earn their place in the sport.